Hey y'all, it's your girl Sho, and welcome back to another episode of Sho Tell. Before we get started, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I'm gonna leave my handle on the screen as always. And without further ado, let's get into this video. I'm so excited to talk to y'all about what I have to say. So yeah, I wanted to just jump right in and talk to y'all about how I actually passed my Security Plus exam and share some resources and just basically what my life is about to look like now that I have my Security Plus exam. So without further ado, let's get into this video. First and foremost, I want to go all the way back to when I started preparing for this exam. Well, let me take you back to the back. Why did I say that? Okay, anyways, so I would say 2 or 3 years ago, I kind of got introduced to the cybersecurity world, and it kind of piqued my interest where I had already started kind of learning about it, because if you go back to my old vlogs, you would see that I had done like some free courses to try to get myself familiarized with that space in tech, because I think that was something that was really interesting to me. So I did obtain like a free certificate here and there, but ultimately I think I kept putting off getting started on the COMPTIA Security Plus course just because I actually purchased the Udemy course from Dion. It was for the 601 exam like 2 years ago, or it might have been a year ago, something like that. And I had started to do it, but then I had felt that it was so much. I was like, oh my gosh, like, am I really gonna be able to do this? So I had started having doubts about my ability. So I kind of just put it on the back burner because I don't know what it was. I just wasn't doing it. I was doing a whole number of other things, like going out to the club and just, not saying that I wouldn't do that in general, go to like events and stuff, but I was just not really focusing on me. At least somebody could relate to that when you're just trying to have fun and enjoy your young life. But it's like, no, like I should have been locking in, but it's okay because everything happens for a reason. So I had started the course, I never finished it. And you know what it was? You know why I didn't finish it is because they were changing the exam to the 701 exam, and I had already started that course. I don't know, I just was like, I got discouraged also. I think that's another thing. I was like, oh, they're changing it, it might be harder or something. But the reality is the 701 exam was a lot more condensed. It dropped a lot of other content that was in the 601 based on the research that I did. And honestly, they were saying that it was easier. I never took the first one, so I don't know how challenging it was, but I'd imagine it probably was really challenging if there was like a lot more domains in the exam. Anyways, fast forward to October of 2024. At that point in time, I was just like fed up with my life. I was just like, I can't keep living life like this. I can't keep being like what they call broke and just not feeling like I had enough money and stuff. And I just didn't want to work the job that I had. Like I was just like, I'm not gonna do this for the rest of my life, so I need to figure something else out. So I was just like, okay, I'm about to just do it. So I started the new course, which I kind of looked out because when they changed the exam, Dion's people actually reached out to me. They were like, oh, we'll just let you access the new version of the exam course material, which was for the 701 for free. So I didn't even have to buy it again. I just had to start. And if you get nothing from this video, just start from somewhere. It doesn't matter if you're trying to get into cybersecurity or tech or whatever. Just start doing what you want to do. That's gonna help you get to where you want to be. Because if you never start, you'll never get there. But at least if you start, you will make strides to eventually get there. It might not happen overnight, but eventually you will get there. So I started, I think it was the week after me and my friend, we went out for her birthday. Like I took her out. Literally that beginning of the week, I was like, I'm locking in. I literally quit the gym and everything. I spent all my time finishing my course, getting through the material, which it was a lot. Like it took, I think they said it was like, I think it was like 24 or like 29 hours worth of, or no, I can't even remember, something like that worth of material that I had to get through. And that might not sound like a lot, but when you have to literally break down all these things and like write notes, like I literally have 2 books over here. Let me show y'all the proof, man. Like this is crazy. So the proof is in the pudding, right? So I have these 2 5-subject notebooks. I'm trying to see which one was the first one. Oh yeah, this was my first one. So as you can see, look what it says. Hopefully you can see that, but this is, you know, the 701 starting of it. And this book, like, I don't know how I can show y'all, but like this book is literally filled to the brim with just notes, like hella just writing of stuff. And then I also had to get a second book, which was just like the first half, you know, stuff that I had to write down for notes. And then look at this stack of flashcards. Like, I could probably do a, you feel me? What do they call that? A money stack. And then just like my cards where I had wrote extra notes when I was studying. But pretty much I was working on finishing this course from October 7th, or no, actually, let me just look at the date. Let's look at the date, y'all, because that's one thing about me. We started on October 6th, but to be honest with you, I started on like October 7th because it was a Monday, I think. I think I started on that Sunday night, but I was like, I'm gonna really just take this up on the Monday morning. And so yeah, we started on October 7th and we went from October 7th all the way up until like December 7th. I finished, is that right? Let me see. I finished on December 6th, actually. That was give or take, I believe it was like it was a little over 2.5 months of me just focusing on that, close to 3 months. If y'all watch my life update, y'all would have seen pretty much I lost my job on the week that I finished my Security Plus course. And then when I lost my job, I just got propelled straight into studying like every day for hours. I was going hard. I was not playing. I was like, I need to pass this exam because I don't have a job and I need to be able to get a job after I pass my exam in the tech space. So I was not playing no games. Like literally all my time went into this. Like so much time went into this, literally. So I'm happy to say that I passed on December 30th. It was definitely a challenging exam, but I feel like if you actually prepare yourself for the exam, then you will be more than able to pass it on your first go as well, like I did. I believe I got a 760 something out of the 900 points that it was worth. I passed it nonetheless, and it just made me feel so good inside because this was a goal that I was literally working toward or wanting to do for 2 years, give or take 2.5 years, or like 2-3 years. I was really like, I want to pass this exam. I want to do this. And I fucking did it, y'all. Like I literally did that shit, like point blank period. Like nobody can take your exam for you. So I was just like, you know what? Talk to me nice. I was very much pressed. I took myself out on a solo day and everything to celebrate. I was very proud of myself. We really did that big show, not ever the little one. Know that. But anyways, so as far as me passing my exam, I would say I think Dion's course was pretty straightforward enough. Like I would definitely tell somebody, yeah, take his course. I will say his practice exam, not to say that the questions that he have on there wouldn't be on the Security Plus exam, because some of them definitely were, but I didn't really like the way that he worded his exam questions because that's literally not how they have it on the actual exam. He used a lot of terminology from his own organization, like Dion's this and that or whatever. I just didn't like that. I just felt like a lot of his questions were kind of wordy, and I found that on the actual test they weren't that wordy. I think it was maybe 2 to 3 sentences max, but Dion's questions would just be these long ass paragraphs, and I would literally be getting overwhelmed trying to read the whole thing, because when you're reading a question, a lot of it is making sure you're actually understanding what they're asking you. So if you are reading something and there's too much information, you might choose the wrong answer because you think they're asking you for one thing, but they're actually asking you for something else. So I was a little thrown off by that, but I still took a lot of his practice exam multiple times just to like make sure I knew what some of the materials were. As far as other resources, I definitely tapped into Professor Messer's materials. He is top dog. Like he got Security Plus to the T. Like Professor Messer, he is up there. I really liked his stuff. When I was also studying, I found out that he had a study group that he would have. It was like every Thursday. I only watched one of them, but I found the video to be super helpful because he went over practice questions, and me watching that, I found out that Professor Messer also has practice questions archived for the 701 exam on his site. So I'll make sure I link everything that I used and put that in the description. I also went ahead and purchased Professor Messer's practice exams. I found his practice exams to be so helpful. I feel like his exams really mimicked what I was kind of seeing with the actual test. I think it was worth the $30 that I spent. So definitely, if you have it, I would definitely suggest that you get it, just because what I was doing, I'll show you. I have a note card here. So I took his it looks like I took it like twice. Pretty much I took the practice exams twice, and then I would time myself when I took them so I could get a sense of, am I answering all the questions in the allotted time that will be given to me when I take the real test. I just wanted to make sure I was really getting through everything. That helped me a lot. I will say for the actual 701 exam, the first couple questions were the PBQs, which were quite challenging. I don't come from an IT background, so I pretty much guessed on the matching stuff that had to do with setting up the network, because I just haven't really done that, so I don't know what those were. But I think for the other part of the PBQs that had to do with when it came to looking at like a log file, that's something that you could definitely answer correctly if you just know how to look for what you're looking for. So I did find Cybercraft, I think that's what they're called here on YouTube. They have some PBQs that are helpful. Yeah, you could definitely check them out for a resource as well. And then, oh yeah, I would say that as far as like my career path, career trajectory that I see myself getting along with, I'm definitely still very much interested in cybersecurity specifically, because I feel like the kind of work that you do in cybersecurity, it's cool. Like I want to have a job that I'm excited to do my job. Like I feel like I can see myself going to work like, we about to get these threats out of here. We about to find these threats. We need to protect our organization. So I can see myself really being in there doing some cool shit at the moment. And again, by the time you see this, I would have already started my new job, and I did put this in my life update that I did get a new job in the tech space as entry level. So I'm super excited just to get started and see what that's gonna be like. But as far as what do I see myself, I don't know, I want to do something cool. I did want to try to get some more certificates to help me as I try to move through this new world of tech or cybersecurity. I've learned about a lot of different roles that I could possibly see myself doing. Some of them technical, some of them not technical. I don't know, I'll just have to see once I start my job and kind of see like, how do I enjoy what I'm doing, or like, do I want to do something different within that space though. But I'm just so excited that I'm going to be a Black girl in tech. And yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. I just wanted to talk about what that was like for me. Oh, you know what I didn't get to talk on? How doable is getting an IT certificate when you have a full-time job. I would say when I started the course, I had a full-time job, and then toward the end, I didn't have a full-time job. But I will say, like, if you happen to be unemployed, just go ahead and try to pass your exam or get started on the course, because I feel like with my job, basically the biggest hit that I took was just not having a social life and also not going to the gym. I probably could have still went to the gym, but I was just like, I'm just too focused on just getting this done. So I would say that when you're going to be trying to go for getting a certificate, it does require a lot of time, and so like your social life is not gonna really exist anymore. It wasn't really hard because I knew what I was trying to get out of this, but if you're not coming from that space of like you're ready to just do it, you might feel like, oh my gosh, this is kind of depressing, because it kind of was. I'm not gonna lie, all I did was go to work and study, go to work and study. The only time I had social interactions was when I went to the grocery store pretty much, and that was it. Yeah, so I think if you have a full-time job, you can still do it. You're just not gonna have a social life, so you have to just be ready to accept that reality. But if you have a part-time job, and this just pisses me off because I just swear, like, I could have done this years ago probably, but it's okay. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. I really should have locked in during COVID, during the pandemic, when the pandemic started, because on some real shit, I could have been in tech for real. Like, I probably could have had my good job, but it's okay. We trust the process, and you know, we still made it. But I just look back and I'm like, wow, like I could have really done things differently, and so many outcomes would have been different, but it's okay. Everything happens for a reason. Yeah, I think it's doable if you have a part-time job, but it's still doable if you have a full-time job. You just have to, you know, lock in, and you're not gonna have a social life. Those are like the main things I would say. I'm so happy, I'm so proud of myself, and I'm just so excited to see where my journey is going to take me. Yeah, like, I don't know, I'm just excited. Yeah, y'all, thanks so much for watching. And again, if you have any questions, I will answer all questions that you may have for me. Make sure y'all comment. That was pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.